Hello folks, back with more ancient cosmography. I'm studying the Red Hand of Ulster that seems to, it's an ancient Celtic story where a giant is trying to race to become Lord of Ireland, and whoever touches Ireland with their hand first becomes Lord of Ireland. So he cuts off his own hand and he throws it onto the shore of Ireland he throws it across the Straits of Moyle, which is this little part of water right here between the Mull of Kintyre and the Antrim hills and glens. And then it landed here, which is just there's kind of a hand shape along the coast of Antrim. And then the Antrim Hills, the North Antrim Mountains, have a reddish brown color, which I increased just by upping the saturation on the photo. So Argyll is like that arm in this scenario. Argyll, Scotland, and stuff like that. So now he's Lord of Ireland. So let's see, what do we got here? Two, 180, 79, 78, 77, 76, 75, 74, 73. Okay, I guess we're going back to here. So the Straits of Moyle, just to solidify the fact that, like, in the story, at least in multiple versions of it, it specifies that it's the Straits of Moyle that this takes part in, that the Red Hand of Ulster story is situated in. There's, I guess, a photo of some part of the Straits of Moyle. Straits of Moyle or Sea of Moyle. So in the story, they sometimes call it the Sea of Moyle or the Waters of Moyle, but it's the same thing. It means the narrowest expanse of sea in the North Channel between northeastern Northern Ireland, County Antrim, and the southwestern Highlands of Scotland. The narrowest part of the strait is between the Mull of Kintyre and Tor Head, which I think is this little peninsula there. The distance between the two shores is approximately 12 miles, 19 kilometers at its closest point, and it is possible to see across in clear weather conditions. The deepest part is called Beaufort's Dyke. The straits gave their name to Moyle District Council, a local government area in Northern Ireland, and are famed in Irish history through their association with the children of Lear, who are related to the stories of the giant Finn McCool. They're somehow related to him, or they could be aspects of him. The children of Lear spent the second part of their 900-year curse as swans on the Straits of Moyle. The cold, harsh conditions of this barren expanse of water inflicted much suffering on the swans. A barren expanse of water, I don't know. I mean, I feel like water is water, but the sea was so cold that the swans' wings froze solid, and treacherous storms continually separated the siblings. To endure the hardship, Finuala used to sing and wrap her wings around them. So Finuala is an aspect of Finn McCool, or, it's the same etymology. Finuala, both mean white. Both refer to Britain being the White Islands from the White Cliffs of Dover, probably. So Finuala used to sing and wrap her wings around them. Fiacra to her left, Eodur to her right, and Con to the front of her chest. So this could refer to different, I mean, this probably refers to different islands. I'm not sure who Finuala would be in this. But they vowed to always stay. You know, it could be that in this story, Finuala is Britain and wrapping her wings around the Western Islands, and her wings could be like Galloway and Kintyre or something. Let's see, the children of Lear. So, to endure, Aod to her right and Con to the front of her chest. So this probably refers to geography. You know, they vowed to always stay together and meet on Carreg Naron, Seal's Rock, if they were to become parted. The areas along the Straits of Moyle are designated areas of outstanding natural beauty. Two of the best known physical features of Northern Ireland, the Giant's Causeway and 5 of the 9 glens of Antrim, are there. So it shows the Giant's Causeway, it's another natural feature attributed to giants. So that's just how ancient people described geography, was through mythology of giants. Not because they literally believed that. It's because they were smart enough people back then that they were able to employ metaphor, which is why we can't really do that anymore, because now, you know, the modern incarnation of humans doesn't really have that capacity to deal with metaphor on any grand scale. We just like to believe things literally. You know, that's why all the mythology has just turned into like fictional movies and shows, because we really just want to believe stuff that isn't real. We don't want any wisdom from it. We don't want it, you know, like modern people, they don't want to know like what it actually means. They want everything to be literal, so it's just easy. Anyway, maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe that's just how most people have always been. The areas along the Straits of Moyle are designated areas of outstanding natural beauty. 2 of the best known physical features are there. The modern name for the Straits of Moyle is the North Channel. So that's not entirely true. I think the North Channel could be like a larger area than just the Straits of Moyle, but it includes the Straits of Moyle. Okay. Okay, so this is a Celtic story that could relate to the, you know, the avatar of Britain as being this giant, basically seemingly Finn McCool, called also, you know, called the Egyptian name for Finn, which is Sakami. They both mean white. And he's holding 3 hostages. So I found a story that could relate to this. The 3 hostages being Ireland, Ulster, Connacht, and Munster. And so this story could relate to that. This is a Celtic myth. When this answer reached Ulster, it only inflamed the discontent against the king, and the nobles agreed that it was but right that the most solemn guarantees and ample sureties should be given to the sons of Usna on the part of the king. To this also Connor assented, and he gave Fergus MacRoy, Duthach del Ulad, and Cormac Colingas as guarantees or hostages, that he would himself act toward the sons of Usna in good faith. The royal messenger set out once more, accompanied by Fiachi, a young noble of Ulster, son of Fergus MacRoy, one of the 3 hostages, and now there remained no excuse for Niesi delaying to return. Deirdre still felt oppressed by the mysterious sense of dread and hidden danger, but so she reflected, as Niesi and his devoted brothers had hitherto Um, what? To return hitherto uncomplainingly sacrificed everything for her, she would now sacrifice her feelings for their sakes. She assented, therefore, though with secret sorrow and foreboding, to their homeward journey, to their homeward voyage. Okay, so don't know exactly if this is the basis for it, but it could well be, because it's a story about 3 hostages, and it could well be completely symbolic and cosmological, geographical, like the Fenian cycle. And so, and speaking of the Fenian cycle, last time I showed this, I neglected to notice this part. You know, right here it says, talking about the red hand of Ulster, showing the arm, left arm with a stump where he cut off his hand, which is there. He cuts off his hand to win the race, because whoever touches Ireland first wins. And so he's neck and neck with another giant. So he cuts it off, throws it, and then becomes Lord. So that's why the hand is, you know, that's why there's a space between the stump and the hand. That's why there's a stump, and that's why the hand is orientated backwards. So this refers to this character as the giant Finn McCool. Which, you know, again, might be a name for Britain. And, you know, travel poster shows an image. Once upon a time, 2 chieftains. So it's like here it says 2 chieftains, but above it says Finn McCool. So it's kind of like showing different versions of it. Disputed possession over the beautiful lands of Lydia, Ulster. They raced across the waters of Moyle between Scotland and what they mean is Dalriada, basically between the Caledonian part of Dalriada and the Antrim part of Dalriada, which is between here and here. And so it literally can only refer to these things, because it's only referring to the waters of Moyle, which is just the water between these immediate features. Severing his hand. So a desperate race was won through the victor severing his hand, flinging it to the shore. You know, whoever first touched the shore. So, you know, I think this is pretty certain, even though I've never seen anybody else say this, but I'm pretty certain this is what the Red Hand of Ulster describes. It's those North Antrim hills. The Straits of Moyle, Straits of Moyle in Irish and Scottish Gaelic, or Sea of Moyle, is the name given to the narrowest expanse of sea in the North Channel between Northern Ireland and southwest Scotland, Mull of Kintyre. So it says specifically it's between the Mull of Kintyre and the part adjacent to it, which is this exact hand. I expanded the hand in this photo. This part is like a separate photo, just as I expanded the arm. So these are actually smaller than this, but I just zoomed in on the arm and the hand. And I especially zoomed in on the hand, so it's a bit bigger here than just to make it more visible, but it's actually more proportional to the arm. The distance between the 2 shores is approximately 12 miles at its closest point, and thus it is possible to see across in clear conditions. They gave their name to Moyle District Council, a local government area in Northern Ireland, and are famed in Irish Celtic mythology through their association with the children of Lear. So this hand is called Moyle, this water is called Moyle, and this stump is called Mull, the Mull of Kintyre. So they're all the same word. There's just Mull is like a Scottish, modern Scottish pronunciation of Moyle. So yeah, so basically, just through nomenclature, this whole thing is viewed as a piece. You know, it's all called Moyle, Moyle Mull. Just as it used to be all Dalriada, and it used to be even all a specific section of Dalriada. And let's see, that was Straits of Moyle, Straits of Moyle, Mull of Kintyre. It's basically the same thing. Wikipedia. You know, so here you can see it. Here's Argyll. Here's that hand, so that you can see the thumb of the hand and the fingers. And then Rathlin Island is like right next to the hand. So this is the, this whole thing seems to be the North Channel, whereas the Straits of Moyle seem to be just right here, just between the hand and the stump. And Galloway here is likely to represent the other giant that was about to win the race before this giant cut off his hand. Or it's possible that Isla in Jura represented that. So yeah, the North Channel, the Straits of Moyle. Let's see, the North Channel connects the Irish Sea with the Atlantic Ocean as part of the marine area officially classified as the inner seas of the west coast of Scotland by the International Hydrographic Organization.